Alrighty, welcome back to gggaming. Here we go with our second showcase for the 7-star Tera Raid boss, which is Metagross. And this one is going to be really cool. It is Urshifu. I'm going to show you exactly how this is done, how to build it, and how to easily solo this thing. Let's do it. All right, so we'll jump into the summary here for Urshifu, and here's what you're looking at. You're going to want to make sure you have the Fighting Dark type Urshifu, which I'm not sure if it's a single strike or multi-strike, whatever it is. But make sure you have the Fighting Dark one, and then Stellar as your Tera. Very important because of that Dark dual type. You are immune to the Psychic Zen Headbutt, which is absolutely amazing, and one of the worst things in this fight to deal with. You're immune to it. Stellar Tera. Let's do this. All right, Scope Lens is a held item because you're going to be a full crit build, and that makes more sense when I show you the moves, which are Drain Punch, Sword Dance, Iron Defense, and Focus Energy. Focus Energy combined with the Scope Lens is a 100% crit rate on all your attacks, so Drain Punch every single time it hits will be a crit hit, getting through that defensive boost that Metagross puts up. It's absolutely amazing. And then Sword Dance and Iron Defense, pretty straightforward. Buffing your defense, buff your attack to get through this fight. Now, in terms of your EV spread over here, kind of get it pretty close to what I've got. This is my normal build, so I just went full HP and full attack. But if you're building one specifically for this fight, you can go full attack and full defense, and it'll be even better. There's no reason to have anything in special defense or special attack, so decide how you want it. Speed at 230 is plenty to get through and go first above Metagross. Metagross's speed is 176, I believe, so you're well above that. The ability Unseen Fist, that's his ability, can't change it. Doesn't have any impact on this fight, so that's that. Build it this way, and let's get over to the fight and show you how this is done. All right, here we are. We are in. We've got our party set. They're locked. We got Arboliva in here, which I think is probably the MVP NPC for this fight because it's absolutely amazing. Puts down grassy terrain, consistent healing, and grassy terrain even weakens the power of Earthquake. That's a neat little tidbit I learned as part of this raid as well. So we're going to go straight into Iron Defense, all right? We're going to start this off with Iron Defense. We're going to do Iron Defense 2 times. Make sure we get plenty of defense here to be able to take these hits. I'm going to use Meteor Mash. He uses Meteor Mash a lot right here in the front part of the fight. Depending on how the RNG goes, because Meteor Mash does have the ability to buff his attack stat. You have really bad RNG, and that triggers a lot. It is a pretty low probability that it will. But if it triggers a lot, you may have to reset because his attack's going to get too high and he won't be able to take the hits. But for the most part, we've not had too much of an issue with it. All right, so that's two defensive boosts. Now we're going to go straight into a Focus Energy to set up our perfect or 100% crit damage. So 1 Focus Energy. And then we're going to apply 2 Sword Dances. If possible. We need 1 at least. We're going to see where this plays out. We should be fine damage-wise with the grassy terrain healing us to get us to get a couple of these buffs. One Sword Dance is enough to kind of set up your Tera. So yeah, we'll go ahead and start damage here. Gonna need you. A little low on the HP. Nice to get 2, but we'll run with 1. Thunder Punch is pretty ideal. It's kind of his lowest damage attack, so that does help. He chooses to use it. For the most part, you won't get paralyzed from it, shouldn't, because of the safeguard that Arboliva puts up. Like I said, MVP over here really does help so much. One more Drain Punch here, and this will get our Tera set. Barring something crazy with a critical hit, we should be pretty good to go here. We're back in the green. Earthquake is weakened because of the grassy terrain. So we're ready to go ahead and put up the Terastalize into our Drain Punch, and then we'll go ahead and finish out this shield. Once we do get the shield broke, he will reset our stats, at which point we're going to have to reapply both Iron Defense and Sword Dance. Now, if you chose to go a full fighting Tera against this Pokemon, the issue you run into is the Zen Headbutt. Zen Headbutt is very, very strong and will hit for a lot of damage, and that's kind of the purpose of us going with the dual typing here in the Stellar, because it keeps us immune to that Zen Headbutt. And we can manage Earthquake, we can manage Thunder Punch, we can manage Meteor Mash, and he does sort of like tones back the Meteor Mash the later in the fight. As you see, he sort of shifts gears and uses other moves. That's probably by design, I would imagine. Just otherwise, he would like max out his attack. So they probably designed him to only use Meteor Mash more in the early part of the fight. He will use it in the end part when he double attacks, but you don't see it a whole lot in the middle. It's pretty consistent. I can say I've done this enough over the course of the night. Just don't. He shifted pretty much Earthquake and Thunder Punch here. But one more hit will break the shield and should also trigger the resets of our stats, which is perfect. That's what we want. Okay, so that'll trigger the reset. He should use his attack before the reset. So you should still have your defense up just like we had there. I've seen a couple weird situations where he did do this reset and then hits with the attack. It's kind of like backwards, and it does a ton of damage. So from here, we're going to take advantage of the free move. When the shield goes down, we get a free move. So we're going to apply both of our Iron Defenses right now. Therefore, we get back to +4. He doesn't even get the chance to hit us. And then from this, we're going to move into 2 Sword Dances. We will need 2 Sword Dances to get through this fight and to make up the time, because we're behind on the time right now. Time is pretty much our only enemy. We got a nice Paralyze there from Bellabolt helping us out. That's really going to help. So we'll go straight into Sword Dance. And you really only need 2 Sword Dances. +4 is plenty. If you want to go +6, go ahead, but you may run into some time issues. So we want to resume damage here fairly quickly. Just going to make sure we get these buffs applied so that we do plenty of damage to get through this fight. Because as a Stellar Tera, you will do a little bit less damage as compared to full fighting. Not entirely sure what the exact percentage is, but it is less. If you're running this full fighting, you'd only need 1 Sword Dance. So there you go. This is a pretty good chunk of damage. So about 3, maybe 4 attacks, and we're going to have this thing finished up. The beautiful part about this build is it can't hit you with Zen Headbutt. It's like the strongest move he has, quite literally, I think. Maybe 2 more attacks, I think. Maybe. Let's see. Unless the NPCs help me out here. Anybody gonna use an attack, maybe? Finish it off? No, maybe not. Nope, use safeguard. Alright, 1 more attack it is. There you have it. Urshifu. Fairly easy solo. Pretty straightforward. Not a lot to worry about. Just do the buffs, do the strat. You got this thing. Hit that like button just because you can. Hit the sub button if you have not. And let me know what other builds you're using. I would love to give them a try. See you in the next one.